So you know when YouTubers... I just hit a giant bag of candy with my foot. You know when YouTubers don't make a video for a long time and then they come back and they're like, I'm sorry I haven't made a video. Before when I've done this, I've never said I'm sorry because I thought that was stupid. But I actually am sorry now. I feel sorry. And I'm sorry that I thought that was stupid. Anyway, if you'll have me back, I have some things to tell you. Some things have happened since we last spoke. I started watching Adventure Time this summer. Why didn't anyone tell me about this? Oh, it's such a good show. It's like Invader Zim. It's like Invader Zim, but way less deranged and much more imaginative. Finn and Jake and Lumpy Space Princess go through a portal, which is a frog, which like grabs them with its tongue and shoots them into lumpy space. I wish I could live in the land of ooh. I'd so totally live in lumpy space. I eat chili cheese fries with bread like every day. Yeah. Lumpy Space Princess is my favorite. I got my wisdom teeth taken out and I decided not to get general anesthesia, so I was awake for the entire procedure. I heard some very interesting noises coming from my mouth. Lots of ripping and breaking and shattering and drilling, being that my ears are so close to the surgical sites. It was interesting. It wasn't bad at all. It was just interesting. Before the procedure, the dental surgeon asked me, you want to try nitrous oxide? What? Laughing gas. Say, I don't know. I really wish people could better read my body language and facial expressions and tone of voice, because when I say, I don't know, it means no. I'm just really bad at saying no. So he asks, well, have you ever tried it before? And I say, once when I was maybe 6 or 7 and getting a cavity drilled. And he says, oh, that's when you're a kid. When you're a kid, you're just sort of giggling and you don't know what's going on. But when you're an adult, adults seem to really enjoy it. I was thinking, oh, I get what you're getting at, doctor. And so I say, I don't know. He goes, well, maybe we'll just try it and put it on really low. Okay. And he proceeds to put this giant spider on my face. And then he goes, now inhale deeply. So I inhaled deeply for like 3 or 5 breaths. I couldn't feel my entire body. It was just tingling and I couldn't move. I couldn't even move my fingers. But from the neck up, I was going insane. I felt like I was actually mentally going insane. I felt like this extreme state of confusion. It felt like every single neurotransmitter in my brain that could have been firing was off, like going and it was awful. It felt like my brain was being electrocuted and then the back of my head and like my brainstem were on fire. It was the most awful feeling. It was worse than the time I got my leg stuck in someone's bike chain, and let me tell you, there was blood all over the pavement that day. That was awful. And then the dental surgeon goes, is it starting to take an effect? And I go, in horror, just absolute horror, I think so. And he goes, should I turn it up or down, or how are you feeling? I'm not really fond of how I'm feeling. He asks, should I turn it down or way down, or should I turn it off? Yes, please. And so he goes, okay, we'll turn it off right away. And he turns it off and he goes, we won't charge you for that. You had it for barely a minute and you didn't enjoy that. We won't charge you. Like, okay. That was scary. It was scary. But other than that, the entire procedure was almost borderline enjoyable. I didn't understand all the horror stories that people had about getting their wisdom teeth out until 2 or 3 days later when my face ballooned. Then it was just pain. But getting your wisdom teeth out isn't really that bad. I also got a new job. I work at a nursing home now. When I was interviewed, I was told that my title would be dietary aide. I was like, oh, that's cool. I like learning about dietary things. This will be okay. And then when they gave me my little badge that I have to wear on my scrubs, which you'd think scrubs would be like having it be socially acceptable to wear your pajamas to work, but it's not. Scrubs are actually really uncomfortable and very hot, especially when you work on wings and in kitchens that don't have air conditioning. It can get to be less than ideal. On my badge it says my title is dining assistant, and I don't want you to know my stupid last name because I hate my last name. They should really just change my title to person who slops nutritionally deficient food onto plates and then scrapes it off afterwards. But I can understand that probably wouldn't fit on this card unless they use size 2 font. Don't show the internet your butt. Bye. I also went to see the last Harry Potter movie. That was quite a while ago, wasn't it? Yeah. I was so excited to finally see it, and then the electricity went out. So the entire mall, the theaters in a mall, was pitch black. You couldn't see anything. No one had any idea what was going on because, you know, we'd just been watching Harry Potter for an hour because these people were good movie-going citizens and were not taking their phones out and checking Facebook and seeing like, oh, the town's on fire. The police department caught fire and a transistor blew out. For 5 blocks it was just completely black. It was at night and there was no electricity. My mom was freaking out. I saw Harry Potter with my mom. She's like, we have to get out of here before someone goes insane. After about half a minute of just sitting in the darkness, I hurriedly went to my bag because I wanted to do this before someone else did it and pulled out my phone and went, Lumos. And I felt so cool and I just really wanted to tell you that so you'd think I'm cool, but I'm not. I just... Yep.